Welcome in, everybody, to the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for drinking. Thanks for joining. I am Greg, and that is the buffest turkey you'll ever see. That's Flex. What's up, big fella?
Feeling festive and thankful.
Oh, that's perfect time of year for that kind of shit.
And I'm thankful for you, Greg.
Stop it.
Oh, shucks.
You're a sweetheart. I'm thankful for you. Gobble, gobble.
You're blushing.
I am a little bit, actually.
Now I'm blushing.
Oh,
Golly.
Let's start over. Anyways, find us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, at Flex Me a Beer, _ in between. So much show to get to tonight. We got some Thanksgiving themed shit for you, and I'm drinking for the holidays, as I believe Flex is as well. So we'll get into that, and a lot of
Just a touch.
Yeah, a lot of feedback from last week's show. We'll talk about that and so much more. But let's get right into things. Before I talk about our first topic, if you will, Flex, do you mind kicking things off with your beer over there?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm feeling a little thirsty.
Let's do it. This is going to lead into some things.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue. One tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
Well, I'm not used to this so early on in the show. I'm actually sober.
Way to get lubed up.
So, right, I'll lube you up. Not a lube show. Sorry. So, we've been talking about Trader Joe's lately. Mm-hmm. It's been a hot topic of conversation. Heard the rumor of the opening 4-pack, 6-packs, buying single cans.
Right.
So I guess you could say I did a little bit of research. Had to pick up a few things at Trader Joe's that are only sold there. And, always just wait till we get to the beer wall. I'm very patient. Let my wife look wherever she wants to look. We get what we need to get. And then it's my time to shine. I didn't have to open any, but each beer 6-pack sign right underneath has each can price.
Yep.
Very splendid. But this Trader Joe's, so the rumors is true. This Trader Joe's has a single can wall. So everything that they have in packs, if you just turn around, there's like a whole 4-foot section of single cans. So it was real solid selection. Got a couple beers that I've never had. Got a couple beers that I have had. But today I am drinking, drum roll please, JoJo's Chocolate Vanilla Cream Stout by Hardywood Park Craft Brewery, and I believe they're out of Richmond, Virginia. And
is this the Oreo one?
I don't know. It's chocolate vanilla.
Okay.
It's got some Oreos on it. You're right. Yeah. And I know what everybody's thinking. Flex? Drinking a stout?
As fuck?
Is this Flex's evil twin? Is this Flexy?
Is that like drunk Flex? When Flex gets too drunk, he becomes Flexy.
Well, he becomes Sweepy Flexy.
Well, that's true.
I thought I was going to be sleepy tonight, but I'm not. Well, any weasels. This beer, real simple description on Untapped. It says Imperial Cream Stout with cacao nibs, vanilla beans, and milk sugar. Only 1,000 check-ins. Kind of shocking if this is out at Trader Joe's. Maybe people just aren't checking it in. 373 weighs in at a 9.2 ABV.
Ooh.
And let's get in there with the old schnoz. Let's see what this smells like.
I like your glassware. Your mini boot.
Yes, my mini boot. It's like a Santa boot.
Yeah.
And I realized it's not Christmas, it's Thanksgiving. We're gonna do it anyway.
Right.
It's a thing. This has massive amounts of chocolate. Like I would say a good mix between milk and dark. It's not overly sweet like a milk chocolate, but it's also not super bitter smelling like a dark chocolate.
Okay.
So I'm intrigued. I have only taken like a few sips of this beer. So now we're really going to dive in. That's a big gulp. It tastes like I'm drinking chocolate milk.
Big gulp, huh?
Tastes like absolutely like chocolate milk.
So not like an Oreo.
No, it is very chocolatey. The vanilla is hard to pick up. It might just round the beer out on the back end, kind of smooth it out.
Yeah, a little sweetness.
Yeah. It's not roasty at all, which I'm a big fan of. I had a big roasty stout last night, and it was roasty and bitter. Wasn't a huge fan.
Yeah.
This one is not very roasty, and it is not bitter at all.
Oh.
Carbonation is, I would say, perfect. It is pretty light, which you want in a stout, because if you get a super carb up stout, it's just kind of gross to me.
Yeah, it's weird to have a super carby stout.
Yeah, it's not what the palate wants with all the thickness and the...
Right. You want that stickiness to kind of stick on your tongue and, kind of like you're eating ice cream or something.
Right. Or drinking chocolate milk. Which this is. So I would say good on Trader Joe's for carrying this. I don't know if did I even say the name? JoJo's Chocolate Vanilla Cream Stout. Okay.
Yeah, collab.
So I guess, if you're going to have wood, you better make it Hardy Wood Brewing Company.
Yes. It's a good commercial for them. They might want to pull that audio and pay royalties.
I've been thinking about that all day.
He's even got notes.
No, in mental notes.
It'd be so great if you're like looking down your hand, like, if you're going to have wood, wait, what was the rest of it? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Make it Hardy.
That came out a lot smoother than I was ever even thinking it would.
You nailed it. All the rehearsals.
That's all I wanted. I wanted you to chuckle a little bit. That's my goal.
I just imagine you in the mirror like, don't fuck this up, Flex. Don't fuck this up.
If you're gonna be hard, no. If you want hardwood, no shit.
Pull it together.
That went well.
Well, nailed it. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah. I don't often try to be funny. Like sometimes it's just natural.
Right. Humble brag.
Playoff stuff. Yeah. So when you have these planned jokes, it's like nerve wracking.
Yeah, it's true. Because one small misstep in the delivery and the whole thing's just stupid.
Oh, and you sound stupid.
Right. You're like, oh, why did I even say that?
And any humor that could have come from the perfectly placed joke, it's just vanished. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just bury it in the ground.
Yeah. Get that dirt.
Sempered that dick. Oh, carpate that dick. There we go. I got my Latin mixed up.
There you go. Yeah. Oui. Oh, no, it's French. Top listening city last week. Shout out Chicago. I don't know if we've seen Chicago, or at least not in a while. So what's up, Chicago?
I don't think we've ever seen Chicago.
Yeah. Home of Revolution Brewing. Maybe, you guys want to hook some beer up?
Look at you. You shameless.
Shameless. Call me the Mick Foley of free beer over here.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Also, hey, Zach.
What's happening? All right. So this works out perfectly. You told me you were having a Trader Joe's beer. I didn't know which one, but I was like, perfect. Last week we talked about the whole singles cans thing. We have gotten so much feedback on the gram about the whole Trader Joe's thing. First of all, I'm going to address your singles wall that you were talking about.
Okay.
We have that too at ours. What the singles can wall at ours is where people have broken off a single and then there's like 2 or 3 laying around.
Okay.
They move them over to that wall.
Right.
I find that not all of the beers are represented on that singles wall though.
I feel like there's more beers on the single wall than are on the rack.
Interesting. Not at mine. Not that means anything, but yeah, it seems like there's a fair amount, especially the newer stuff is not represented on the singles wall. So you gotta go like crack it off the 4-pack there.
Okay.
And then the other 3 end up on the singles wall. You've done someone else a favor.
Does your Trader Joe's have like a huge beer section?
I mean, define huge. No, it's like a full, like one side of the aisle kind of thing.
Like 4 feet, 8 feet. What are we talking?
Oh, much more than that. Like,
this one that we went to is only like an 8-foot beer wall.
Oh, okay. Let's say that each shelving section is
roughly 4 feet. They usually say roughly 4 feet.
Okay, let's say it's 4 feet. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of beer.
And one of them's like the single wall in quotes.
I think this Trader Joe's is that we went to, it's down on their game.
Oh, okay. Well, now they also have like some seltzers in there too. It's not 100% beer.
No, this is still just like an 8-foot section.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the beer categories. You got a couple seltzies in there, but RTDs, wine, spirits, that's all somewhere else.
Right.
So, yeah, pretty decent. I mean, I'm always able to find something I haven't had on the show before if I'm, in a pinch or whatever. So, but yeah, so people have been reaching out of the woodwork. even Mike from the Taproom podcast, where this all started, reached out and said like his brother heard about it, and his brother used to work for a brewery, had no idea.
Come on,
that you could do that for reals. So that was funny. So anyways, we're doing the Lord's work around here. So everybody, you're welcome.
I thought I'd throw this out here. So one of the beers I did grab in my 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had garage beer before. You know, the Kelsey's big thing. They bought into it or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I didn't even look to see what it was. I just figured that they do like some lagers, like some light lagers, you know, crispy drinking. And
right.
I didn't read the can. It was green.
Okay.
And I took it home and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of feeling a beer. Nothing heavy. So I was like, I'll grab that garage beer. I'll try it out. I've heard some things. And if the Kelsey's bought into it, it has to be decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was their lime lager.
Oh, I didn't know they had a lime lager.
It was not great.
Sounds awful.
I had to choke it down pretty hard, but
I'll say, what about the beer though?
Yeah, it was not good.
Mm-mm.
Which makes me wonder how all the other garage beer is.
I guess it can't get worse,
right? Like maybe it's okay. I know Shred, our buddy Shred over in the PA, has been getting it for like his in-betweeners.
Oh, okay. So it must be garbage.
So you
joking, Shred.
That was low.
Yeah.
So I mean, their regular light lager might be decent. I don't know, but now I'm afraid to try it.
Oh well, if I see it, I'll take that bullet for you.
I was just like maybe the Kelsey's can get them to start making better beer.
Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. Old or something. I mean, lime flavored beer just usually doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, and if I would have known it was like a lime lager, I wouldn't have. You know.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not.
Yeah. I find this interesting. I looked up who owns garage beer because so I saw this the other day. You know who Richard Rawlings is from that Fast and Loud show, Garage Monkey?
I don't.
All right. Back in the day on like Discovery, I think it was, there was Fast and Loud, and they all worked at Garage Monkey where they souped up cars and they're always slamming them and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, he's an investor of it. So I decided to look up like who actually owns garage beer. He's an investor. The Kelsey brothers own the majority.
Right.
They make it at Braxton Brewing. Andrew Sauer is also an investor, but he's some business person. But so is Frank Ragnow, center for the Lions, and AJ Hawk, former linebacker for the Packers.
Packers, yeah, right on.
Yeah, so quite the list of people owning that thing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's a lot of names and people.
Yeah, it's quite the investment going on. So I guess it's craft-ish. That's a weird one.
I wonder what makes it so inviting to want to be part owner. You know, like what's so great about this company?
It was cheap.
I guess. That's
well, think about it if you're the Kelsey.
Not a bad point.
Yeah, I don't know if it was cheap or not, but let's assume that the investment wasn't insanely high. Both of them are super popular right now.
Right.
Didn't hurt that one of them's banging Taylor Swift.
Right.
And so you come in on the ground floor, become a majority partner, and then use your popularity to increase its popularity. I mean, it's kind of a win-win. And if you're contract brewing on the cheap, then
they just got $100 million podcast contract.
Yeah.
Right. Prior to. So what
plug it on the
what
show.
What is the one thing you would do if you became a millionaire, Greg? Buy a
never
brewery.
podcast again. Oh. Yes, buy a brewery.
I'm pretty certain you would buy a brewery, start a brewery, do something like that.
I don't know. It's interesting you bring that up. Because one of the things I was going to talk about is I've been in Orange County a bunch for work the last couple of weeks, been doing some research, went to Radiant, brought back some. In fact, Radiant was going to be my beer tonight until I was like, ooh, it's Thanksgiving week. I'm going to go with Thanksgiving theme. So I'll have that another time. Went to Green Cheek, love me some Green Cheek. Went to Hangar 24. And I think I've said it before. I'm not a huge fan of Hangar 24 beer. It's okay. They do, on the other hand, though, have pretty good food at the spot in Orange County. So I like going there. You get a decent beer, some pretty good food. They do have a hazy on tap that is pretty drinkable and is only 5%. So you can have a couple of them with dinner. Ooh. No big deal. That's my jam right there. But when I was there the other night, I got one one pint, and then I went back for more, and I guess I'd kicked the keg, so I got screwed there. Oh boy, did I get tricked! By the way, the guy goes, he went to go change the keg, comes back, he's like, "Sorry, man, we're totally out. Anything else on the board sound good to you?" And what I wanted to say was like, "No, not really." So I looked up there, I was like, "All right, what have I not had on this board?" All right, well, I haven't had the cold IPA. I haven't had the fruited ale, which is a fruited ale, not a sour ale, just fruited. Yeah. And I haven't had the seltzer.
It's a good way to ruin an ale.
Right. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll try the cold IPA. Please call it an IPL. And he pours it. And by God, that must have been the worst cold IPA I've ever put in my fucking liver.
I'm always terrified to try cold IPAs, man. Just for that reason.
Yeah.
I feel it became so popular, like the trend. It's like everybody started doing it. But they weren't all great.
No, they were not. Here's the one thing that you could always count on cold IPAs is it's usually pretty light bodied, pretty clean, and pretty drinkable, even if the flavor wasn't that great.
Right.
This drank like a fucking Marzen.
That's fucking disgusting.
It was so disgusting. It was thick. It was malty. There was some bitterness, but it wasn't like there was no, aroma hops or fruitiness to it.
Sounds like a bad beer that they were like, what can we call this?
Right. Oh, we'll just lager it real quick and call it a cold IPA. Yeah, it was so bad. I was like, I want to come back for the food, but if they don't have the one hazy beer that I'll drink.
The one beer you like.
Yeah. All that rough. Ties in. Yeah, it was gross. But all that ties into what you're saying about like, if you won $100 million, would you buy a brewery? And I was having the thought this week, I was like, if I were to open a brewery, like, I wonder what's more important, the food aspect or the beer aspect? Because especially when I'm traveling for work, I will look for breweries that have food. That way I can get a little research in.
Right.
Brewery people
let off a little steam with the beer
and have a couple decent beverages. Usually, the people at the breweries are my kind of people. No one's going to start talking to me about, I don't know, religion or whatever. People kind of keep to their own selves.
Yeah, you got to go to Applebee's for that.
Right, exactly. Would you like a little God with your fries? That happens all the time, right? So
without Jesus, you wouldn't have these bottomless, boneless wings.
You would be really funny if they did like a bottomless wine carafe and they called it like the Jesus water.
This makes no sense with Applebee's, but I love it.
He turns water into wine. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Maybe he turned water into buffalo wings. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. Now it's living good in the neighborhood.
That's my kind of Jesus.
Yeah. But anyways, I was thinking like, what's more important, food or beer? And I was like, fuck, is the food slightly more important? Because I went to Hangar 24 where I really don't like the beer because their food is good.
So I kind of hate this argument right here because
and I feel like a sellout.
It's not an argument. I would have to say food as a family man that I am,
mm-hmm.
And I am what I am. I would say Popeye. Food for me, my wife who doesn't drink,
right,
and my two young kids who are 10 and 8
don't drink,
also
yet.
Can't drink
yet.
If we're going out to a brewery or something like that, we always have to go to one with food because if they don't partake. Well, what else is there for them to do?
Right. Daddy's got to leave early.
Right. Which I don't like to do.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of makes food more important than I realized it made food. For me, I was always a purist. Like, just give me good beer.
When I go alone, that's what I think of. Like, I could give a shit about the food when I go by myself. But it kind of, expands your horizons a little bit, opens up your mind to, think about something other than the beer, which is difficult, but that's why I praise, I often go to Eagle Park as I talk about a lot, but their food is real stellar.
Yeah. And when I'm traveling like that, like if you don't have food, I'm probably not showing up.
You're not going up. Yeah. You're not going there.
Yeah. I need dinner. I'm not just going for a beverage. Even if it's just a food truck. Food truck's fine. I'll go to Everywhere when I'm down there sometimes, Everywhere Beer Co. And when they have a food truck that sounds good, I would like, of all the beer down there, I'd prefer to drink Everywhere or Radiant or something, even Green Cheek. Green Cheek's kitchen is good, not amazing. Like get a decent, like their salad's really good. Their wings are okay, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Radiant just started doing food. I have only had a salad so far. It was fine, not amazing. Everywhere, When they have a good food truck, I'll pick that on top of most breweries in the area. So yeah, it's surprising how important. I mean, maybe it's because I'm getting old, but it's surprising how important the food options have become.
I don't think it's a matter of age, just a matter of convenience.
Yeah, maybe.
That's got to be what it is. It's
we'll go with
'cause
that.
I'm not
Make
that
me feel
old.
better. No, but you got kids, which like adds 10 years to you.
Yeah, that's 10's an understatement. Next segment.
Yeah. So speaking of Thanksgiving, sweet transition. Anyways, listeners, let us know what you think. Food or beer? What's the algorithm there? Where's the balance between if you're going to a place when it doesn't matter if the food is good, if they have food, or and I'm not talking like a Saturday afternoon, binge fest, but if you're going out
like if you're just day drinking, going out not even day drinking, just all day drinking.
Right. Yeah, you're getting hammered or whatever. Doing a lot of research. So let us know. You know where to find us. All right. It is Thanksgiving week. Do you ever go out to the bars on Thanksgiving Eve and get like hammered with people from high school?
I used to. So before I had kids, my friend group from high school, which was still like 8 or 9 guys, all still close friends. And we would, no lie, get to the bar at like 6:00 just so we can get spots at the bar. Because by like 8 or 9 o'clock, it was shoulder to shoulder, packed full, like at capacity. And, we really didn't care to mingle with anybody else. Like there's just like our close group. So if we saw somebody, we would, be kind and do a little small talk and babble a little bit. But
I remember math class. Okay,
right.
now.
But we purposely got there early so we could get a spot and stay in that spot for the next 8 hours. Like, that was the fucking plan.
Until you fell out of that spot.
Well, no, because when you sit in the same spot all night, you can keep drinking. Like you don't feel nothing.
Touché.
Anything. You don't feel anything. I'm sorry.
Until you first stand up.
Spoke in proper English.
Yeah.
But then the second you hit that fresh air when you walk outside, that's when it smacks me in the face.
Oh, for me, it's that first, I haven't gone to the bathroom in a few hours. I'm going to stand up now. And that first standing up where you take like your first baby giraffe step, it's like, oh, I have been drinking.
Oh, that's not me.
I
will do with the first bathroom break when you realize you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I take out my business, and as I prepare, I do one of these.
You bring your briefcase to the bathroom?
That's what I do. It's just like a huge exhale, and you just.
That's because it was so much work to whip it out.
Well, and then that's when you realize your lips are kind of numb because you're so drunk.
That's true.
And then it feels weird when you do that. But no, like the drunkenness doesn't hit me till I get outside.
Oh, and then you're in the bathroom for 15 minutes in the mirror just going, it's so
my
funny.
lips are moving, but I don't feel them moving.
The snozberries taste like snozberries. Well, anyways, this website Lightspeed put together the stats on what they're calling Drunksgiving, which is Thanksgiving Eve.
It's the biggest drinking day of the year or night.
Exactly.
Right. That I knew.
Yeah. And I used to partake a little bit too. Friends would be like, hey, come to the bar. And it wasn't so much like a planned thing because I hate most people I went to high school with. It was more of a like, friends would be like, hey, come hang out. We go hang out. We walk in the bar because it's not a huge town. There's fucking everybody I ever knew. Great.
That's exactly how it is where I live.
Yeah, it's like now I gotta pretend to not hate you for 5 minutes. Jesus Christ. So anyways, Drunksgiving stats. Like you said, biggest drinking night of the year. Rivals St. Patrick's Day. Liquor orders grow by 156%.
I believe it.
Compared to the Wednesday before. What's the most popular drink? Well, beer.
Beer.
Goes up by 85%. Cocktail orders go up by 69%. And wine sees a small little 6% bump on those nights. The eternal crowd pleaser, shots.
Right, because you haven't seen somebody in so long.
Right, yeah,
so you see somebody you haven't seen in 10 years, like, hey, shot.
Mm-hmm. Rum goes up by 192%. Vodka by 187%. Tequila by 179%. By the way, all gross.
Wait, so rum is the top one?
That's the top increase.
That's insane.
Goes up the most, yeah.
Who buys shots of rum?
Fucking insane people.
Can we just stop and talk about this for a second?
Here's what they don't say, which might make at least makes a difference to me, whether it's light or dark rum. It doesn't say, it just says rum.
So the only, let's go shot or bomb, same thing, right?
Sure. Well, to be a bomb is when you drop it in a beer.
Right. Well, not
Like
a
a
beer,
Jaeger
but
bomb.
or something.
Drop it into
Jaeger bombs,
something.
right? But would you count that the same as a
Fuck you,
shot?
bomb.
Can we call that?
No, it's more than a shot.
Okay, then I've never heard of anybody just ordering shots of rum.
Yeah.
Because have you ever had a Bazooka Joe?
I don't think so.
It is Bacardi. I believe it's Bacardi Limon dropped in Monster,
Oh, God.
and it tastes just like bubblegum.
Because it sounds awful.
It's not bad at all.
Do you
It's-
sip it or do you got to chug it?
You chug it.
Okay. But I mean, it's not
you
like
can
a,
sip it if you're a bitch, but that's
What I'm saying, it's not like Irish whiskey Irish car bomb.
that's
It's
gonna
not going to
curdle.
curdle. Yeah.
No, not at all. But
Okay.
I'm just thinking that's like the only thing that I would order with rum to shoot or
Yeah.
chug. But I've never heard of anybody being like, hey, let's get shots at Captain. Is Captain Morgan even around anymore? It's disgusting. It shouldn't
Do
be.
people still drink that?
It's terrible. Please. I
Awful.
hope nobody drinks it. And then other
Garbage.
than that, there's Bacardi.
Right.
And you don't get that as a shot. You get it with the Diet Coke and a lime because you're kind of wishing you were classy.
Right. I mean, the only time I'm drinking rum is if I'm at like a tiki bar and it's in a mixed drink.
Yeah, like a Mai Tai or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I'm with you. No,
If you order a shot of rum, you're
you
done.
can turn off this show right now.
Yeah, stop listening.
Just kidding. But
No,
do
I'm not.
reevaluate yourself.
I mean,
Okay. It was good while it lasted, rum drinker. And then so after tequila was at 179%. Huge drop off. Whiskey only goes up 89%, gin 88%, and beer, like we said before, 85%.
who's ordering shots of gin?
Yeah, shots of gin is weird. Like my wife enjoys gin, but she doesn't do shots of it.
Okay, I love gin, but ordering shots of gin is something you do to your friends on their 21st birthday because nobody likes
Blech.
gin.
Yeah. Somebody got me once at a wedding. They're like, hey, you want to do a shot? And first of all, I think it's well documented how much I hate doing shots of anything, no matter how much I like the liquid.
They're terrible. Once you get to a certain age, like, I don't know,
18.
I was going to say like 23.
Oh, okay.
Shots are the worst, man.
Yeah. Once you're legally able to order your own beverage, I think shots are out the door. I don't need to be 21 and drinking shots. That's
No.
never recipe for success. But
Well, and the only time you really do shots is like your 21st birthday.
you're right. Or if you're so drunk that you're like, all right, let's do shots.
I do. My best friend does love ordering rounds of shots for people.
I know those people think they're being nice.
Well, he can hold his liquor. I don't think he ever
Mhm.
actually in his life gets hungover. Doesn't throw up. He's just a fucking trooper. I, on the other hand, the second I get like 3 shots of liquor in me, whether it's tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm going to puke.
I will often throw up just from the act of taking the shot. Like it could be the first drink I had that night, but I pound that shot and then I'm like, oh God, it's not sitting. Oh
No
God.
kidding?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not fun. I immediately, I immediately have to chase it. Otherwise, I think between the taste.
What if you had
and
like a
the
lemon
action.
drop? Like a lemon drop shot. Those are delicious.
Oh, something fruity, like a kamikaze or gummy bear or something.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I mean, better, but still, shots are not my friend. Drinking fast, you know.
I do miss lemon drops. Those are fucking delicious.
Man, I haven't had one of those in a minute. My
A
ex
little
loved
sugar
those.
on a lemon and
Yeah.
oh man.
You know, for my sister's 21st birthday, you know, she's married.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Anything else going on there?
I don't know. Probably not. We'll find out 6 years later. Maybe she's pregnant. For her 21st birthday, I took her to a bar, like the shittiest bar in town, and was like, what do you want to drink? Like, we're buying you drinks, you know? And she's humming and hawing. I was like, well, what flavors do you like? Anyways, we settled on a lemon drop. And I said, what about a lemon drop? The guy goes, you've come to the right place. Just so happens that I am like a world-class lemon drop maker.
Come on. Why
And we're
wouldn't
the
he
shittiest-
open? Why wouldn't he open with that?
Right. And we're like the shittiest bar in town. I'm like, this guy's full of shit. He's just, I could have said, you know, anything, like a flaming Dr. Pepper. Well, you're in the right place. You know, like whatever it is.
That's a
No.
flamer.
Yeah. This dude, to his shift at this fucked up bar, would bring fresh lemons from like his backyard, a juicer, like the little lemon squeezer
I don't even think
thing.
that's legally allowed.
I'm sure it's not. There's no way. But this is, 13 years ago or something like that. The little lemon juicer thing, the little citrus juicer.
Yeah.
You bring that. Yeah. So she orders it and he's like, yeah. So, gives us the whole thing and then walks away, cuts the lemon, juices it, mixes
Just
up
so
the
you know,
drink.
it's going to take me 17 minutes to prepare this shot.
He made it like in a martini glass kind of thing.
Okay.
But still the same amount of liquid.
Well, yeah.
So anyways, then we spent the rest of the night ordering lemon drops because if this guy's going to fucking pull lemons out of his ass, let's do it. And I'll give him credit. Best lemon drop I ever had.
Well, I guess the trick is ass lemons. Amen. Yeah, I mean, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, so it was weird. But lemon drops made me think of that. Where were we in all this? Oh,
whiskey only up 89% or something. That's crazy.
It's weird. Anyways, the most popular, this is the weird part. The most popular shot by region: on the West, tequila; in the Midwest, tequila; Northeast, vodka; and then the South, vodka.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, that's weird. And also,
I mean, unless you're doing things. I guess ordering a lemon drop shot, vodka, makes sense.
I'm taking it straight. If you're telling me it's a vodka shot, to me, that's a vodka shot.
Right.
I don't know.
So, but I feel like anytime I'm at when I used to attend the local watering hole, it's mostly shots of Jack or JMO or those, really.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
My best friend would always make me do, what's the Fireball.
Oh, that's gross.
So gross. Just walks over with shots. Here, have a shot. I'm like,
I don't enjoy Fireball and I don't enjoy Screwball. I'm going to put that out there. I know a lot of people, that became a big thing. I will do Jaeger. I like Jaeger. I like Jaeger bombs.
I used to do Jaeger shots, straight up. I can't anymore. I can still do a Jaeger bomb, though.
I could do it. My mother-in-law keeps a bottle of Jaeger in the freezer at all times.
Nice.
And then when we do dinner there every now and then, it's used as a dessert liqueur, a post-dinner little fill up a snifter of it.
My problem is I hate black licorice. So I need that
So
Red
I
Bull
do
to cut
too,
it.
but something about the Jaeger, it just makes it different.
I used to think that. Now I'm old and grumpy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should, revisit it. Maybe because I'm pretty old and grumpy.
Maybe. Find out. Do some research.
I think I'm the grumpiest.
The number one grump. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So let us know what your Drunksgiving drink is, and hopefully it's not a shot of fucking rum, you weirdos.
Or vodka or gin.
Or just about it. Just drink some goddamn beer like a normal person.
I'll do a gin and water. I'll do a dirty gin martini. I'm a big fan of gins. Not a big fan of tonic, like gin and tonics, but a
the
gin
wife
and
likes
seltzer.
Yeah, that's what she likes. She likes it with the lime seltzer.
Yeah, just anything like that. But do not be taking shots of gin.
Yeah, hard pass. All right, while we're on the Thanksgiving subject, let me get to my beer because it's sort of Thanksgiving related. I'm going to do some science tonight, but before I do, just a quick preface. Since we're doing Thanksgiving beers, I thought, well, what do you need more on Thanksgiving than a bunch of booze to handle your fucking annoying ass family? So enter in this beer science that I have been sitting on for at least 6 months. Here we go.
From a bottle, from a can, why don't people understand my inebriation? Beer science.
All right, so for my science, I have two things. First, I have Rolling Thunder 2024 Imperial Stout by Rogue. It comes in at a whopping Flex probably approved 13.7%.
Yowza.
Wow. Yeah. Let me read the description on this real quick. Our 2024 Rolling Thunder Imperial Stout was aged for 9 months in handmade Rolling Thunder Barrel Works barrels previously used to age our Dead Guy whiskey. This one-of-a-kind Imperial Stout can be enjoyed right away or cellared for years. Either way, it's best shared among friends.
Yeah, I would share a 13%er.
Yeah, I gave some to the wife before I came up here. And here's the science part. I have some of said Rogue whiskey that was also aged in these barrels. Greg's getting schmammered.
I feel bad for this second show.
Now I feel bad for anybody listening to me read in a few minutes. Oh, by the way, 4.19 on Untapped for the stout.
Damn.
Pretty fucking good, yeah. Pretty good. All right, so here we go. On the Schnauzeroonie Dooney with the stout. We'll start with the stout. Little chocolate, a lot of roasty. I think I'm getting some of that like fig or date, like that sweet fruit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going fig with this one, like a fig jam. All right, tongue jobber time.
You look like a fig guy.
I'm not a huge fig fan, actually. This is nice. The flavor really follows through. A little like bitterness from the chocolate. Definitely that figgy sort of sweetness coming through. You really pick out the barrel. I do have one complaint, and it's something we actually talked about earlier tonight. A little too carbonated.
Ooh.
It could be a little flatter.
It's like zingy.
You know, for 13.7, you don't expect it to just dance across your tongue and disappear.
Yeah, no, it should be just like a syrup at that
Right.
motor
It's
oil.
not. It's a little too carbon, and maybe because it's in a can, so it holds its carbonation better. Like they need to
Well, it's
lower
actually
the carb
from
level.
a barrel to a can.
From a can. But still very drinkable. And let me tell you how dangerous this is. This is
Well,
not drink
let's
like 14%.
That's what I was curious about. What is the alcohol like?
Yeah, almost non-existent.
That's talent.
Yeah, it's really good. Like I didn't think I was gonna like it that much because of the ABV. All right, on to the whiskey.
Is that your safe word?
Real, yeah, no, pineapple. Real sweet and caramely, but not fig. It doesn't at all share any smelling characteristics with the beer. A lot of vanilla, a little sharpness from the alcohol. In fact, I'm a little sorry I didn't drop an ice cube in here. I always like a little melted water in my whiskey.
I'm a big fan with a cube or two in my whiskey.
Yeah, but I wanted to like the pure, side by side, and I'm probably gonna be sorry. So
Well,
I have had the whiskey before.
All it takes is like 3 drops of water. That's what I've learned.
It's very nerdy and fun. All right, here we go. So this is interesting. First of all, I mean, it's an okay whiskey. I've had it before. It's certainly not my favorite go-to. It's not bad. It's not great. Wouldn't feel bad about mixing it because it's just not the best. You do get some of the chocolatey notes. Shares that with the beer. The vanilla on the tongue is very muted compared to the nose. What I find extra cool, though, is I had a sip of the whiskey while you were talking earlier, and it really was like, that alcohol spiciness on my tongue.
Yeah.
After drinking some of this beer and then going to the whiskey, a lot of that alcohol burn is non-existent on the tongue.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah, I don't know if the beer is a protective coating or who knows. But fun.
Beer science.
Beer science. Does everybody feel learned?
I didn't learn anything, but we've opened minds.
Yeah. And here, don't drink gin. That's what you've all learned.
Just don't shoot gin.
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry. Don't shoot gin. I don't drink it. But anyway, so yeah. So there you go. A little Thanksgiving beer science, and I'll be hammered in no time and ready to deal with my family. So.
Hell yeah.
I just want to take a poll from the listeners because you and I have already fought about this when we were texting the other day. But is anybody else tired of the Mariah Carey song already?
You're
not
dumb.
even Thanksgiving yet. Flex loves it.
I can't believe it's 30 years old. That's what blew my mind.
That was the best part of the conversation. Is I said something to the effect of no one even started listening to this thing until 5 years ago.
You said it hasn't been popular until the last 5 years,
right?
Which I argued. Then I looked it up and I did some research, and it's true. 2019.
Yeah, I wasn't far off.
That was the big year. Well, that's 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's when it's finally hit number 1, right? It's 18 or 19.
Yeah, and it really didn't start topping the charts either until 2012. I think it said.
Yeah, I mean, even that was top 80. It wasn't even near the top.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I just thought it's always been popular. I don't know.
Yeah, I was cracking. My favorite part of the entire exchange was I didn't know it was 30 years old. I was like, yeah, because no one played it for the first 20. People didn't like that song.
Maybe, they just didn't get it. All she wants for Christmas is you,
Baby. Yeah, that is a pretty hard concept to grasp.
Hey, it took 30 years.
Finally caught on.
I don't know.
Jesus.
I like it. I like me some Christmas music. I love me some Christmas. House has been decorated for almost a month now.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we have 0 decorations out, and I'm okay with it.
It's because you're a Grinch.
Yeah. Bah humbug. All right, let's blow through some news real quick. Molson Coors is reporting a $41 million loss related to their craft divestment. So when they sold
$41 million.
So this is earlier this year when they sold those brands to Tilray, which were Atwater, Hop Valley, Revolver, and Terrapin. They're now reporting a $41 million loss. It's like, I don't know.
Is that chump change to them?
Probably
yeah,
chump change. And I get the feeling because Tilray paid about $23 million for all those combined. My guess is they purposely sold low so they could like get a tax write-off from it, kind of thing.
Okay.
You can report the loss. That's probably worth more than the actual breweries are worth.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, Sapporo Stone is going to discontinue exporting Stone beers to other countries. I'm sure they're devastated.
Yes, because if they have one more Stone IPA.
Oh yeah. People in Finland right now are crying. We're so sorry, Finland. We'll smuggle you some Stone beers if
I think they'll live.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right. Massachusetts. Oh, fuck. First of all, fuck you, Boston, as always. Massachusetts to remain happy hour free for the rest of all time. A piece of legislation that would permit on-premise beverage alcohol price promotions in Massachusetts, aka happy hour, has been excluded from a $4 billion economic bill working its way through the state legislature. Happy hour has been banned in the Commonwealth since 1984 due to concerns about drunk driving, because boy has that stopped. There have been several legislative efforts to reinstate it, but none have succeeded due to varying levels of support. Massachusetts Restaurant Association President Steve Clark told the Globe, "We've been having the same conversation now for probably 10 years. It's generally not a high priority for most restaurants, even though it gets a lot of attention when it gets brought up." Well, you guys are dumb. That's why you're in Boston.
I tell you what, when I was a young drinker,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I would do is go to places with happy hour.
Right.
Because why wouldn't you want to save money while you're getting loaded?
Exactly. And you always get cheap snacks while you're getting loaded.
Right. It makes sense. You're just driving in business.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, Boston hates business.
Boston hates business. You heard it here first. This feels appropriate for Thanksgiving. Drunk Florida man tosses pasta and lands a felony. Not the Thanksgiving dinner you were looking for. Please say that Markel? We'll go with Markel. Royal, 40, and his wife were arguing Sunday evening about Royal's abuse of alcohol when the domestic dispute turned violent. Royal, who cops report appeared to be intoxicated, became irate and threw his bowl of spaghetti at his spouse of 9 years. The noodles struck the 44-year-old woman on the front of her body, on her stomach, according to an arrest report. I love that that's in the arrest report. Upon arriving at the pair's Largo residence, officers found the victim covered in spaghetti sauce. Since Royal's lengthy criminal history includes a 2018 conviction for battering his wife, with whom he has 3 children, he was charged with an enhanced felony battery count. His bond is set at $15,000. His rap sheet spans 20 years, includes 10 cocaine possession convictions, as well as other drug and firearm charges.
So he's a smuggler.
Jesus.
Yeah, he is a smuggler.
He's got to be something.
Man, that you imagine getting a felony for throwing pasta at your wife?
Right.
That's
hey man, what, you're just talking to your cellmate. How'd you end up in the clink?
Hey,
well,
don't fuck with that guy.
Right.
If you eat pasta, it might end up on your shirt.
Well, it all started at the macaroni grill.
Unreal.
Good thing he wasn't at Olive Garden. Never Indian pasta. That'd be one hell of a fight.
That'd be so much food on your shirt.
So much food. Oh, fuck. Oh, and speaking of Florida pasta, hi, Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa. The Vanessa
sense-ish.
noodle? I don't know.
Vanessa noodle. Hey, give me the Vanessa noodle. All right, we'll end it with 6 facts to be thankful for about beer. The first brewers in America were the Native Americans. Before 1600s, people appreciated beer more than water because it was more nutritious and sanitary.
Not wrong.
The first beer brewed by immigrants in the USA was brewed in Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay, as long as it's not West Virginia.
Brewers were wanted in England to go to America to brew beer because shipments of the valuable drink were too slow to reach America. The first brewery was opened in Manhattan by Dutch immigrants, and the Mayflower ship is supposed to have shortened their trip and stopped in Plymouth due to their shortage of beer.
Huh.
There you have it.
What was that line from Goldmember? There's only
I love
2
gold.
things I hate. People who are intolerable of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
I knew one of them was the Dutch. I can't remember the other one.
I think that's the first one.
Pretty good. I was like, I don't know. I love gold.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, somebody fact check us. All right, let's get up on out of here. Yeah, well, make sure you follow us on the socials at Craft Beer Republic, at FlexMeABeer _ in between. 805-538-BEER. Call us, leave a message, all that good stuff. Mail at craftbeerrepublic.com. I think that's everything. I hope everyone is staying very well hydrated. And we lost Flex. So on that note, good night, everybody.